Hi lads and lasses, welcome to Darts Tips and Advice with Dynamite Dave. Video today, it's an accumulation. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about the total package. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen the one on stance and addressing the board, grouping, mechanical throw, serving hand. And what I want to talk to you today about is getting all that grouped together to make an achievement. So as you'll progress at a faster rate, and obviously if you can get all those elements together, then it's going to make you a better dart player. So what I want to do today is I want to demonstrate to you the total package, the way that I throw, what you want to be looking to achieve, which is a consistent throw. I've analysed loads and loads of different people's throws. You'll probably see very, very tiny different anomalies in the way that I actually throw, because obviously you'll have one dart that may land and slightly block the 20 bed where you know for a fact you can still get in, so you might see me at a slightly different hand speed to try and throw that dart over the top so it loops in over the top and sits into the 60 bed. But those are the sort of things that you will learn to be able to adjust as you go along. What you want to be looking for in the first place, and as you're progressing, is a good solid throw. So if you throw into the 60, you've got a good solid throw, you've thrown into the 60, you've blocked the bed partially. The thing to do then is, if you've got your mechanical throwing technique well, you're going down for the 19s, right? So you go straight down for the 19s. Don't try and get round the dart that's in the board. That sort of thing will come as you become more confident and you get a stronger ability to get the arrow, to get your arrows, darts, whichever one you want to call them, round the first dart that's there. So obviously you can do it by shuffling along the hockey, but don't forget, when you shuffle along the hockey, you're actually making the distance between you and the treble 20 slightly further away. So it does take a modicum of skill and of experience to make that adjustment. So early on in your darting career, what you want to be looking to do is swap to the 19s up to the 18s. If you're coming down towards and you want to set, and you try to set a finish, you might be going for treble 20s, hit that, miss it, and then instead of going for 19s, you might want to go for a treble 17 to start the setup of a finish. Because right the way, me personally, right the way from 290s, 280s, I'm thinking about what I can leave myself to possibly finish on. So anyway, right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do several visits to the board. I'll come back and speak to you again in the middle of them, and we'll try and combine it all together to make this not an ultimate video, but a video showing you the actual techniques of how you should be doing it. Right, okay then, so here we go. Right, now this is your initial walk up. You're looking down at the hockey. If you've not got a raised hockey on the floor, a drop in, which we've been talking about recently, and you've just got the line on the floor, first thing you need to do is look down at the line, get your foot into position, and as you look up towards the board, give your eyes a second to focus, because obviously if you've been looking down at the floor here, your eyes are focused on the floor. So as you fetch your head up, you need to give yourself a split second. It all depends on how good your eyes are and how quick they focus, but you want to make sure that you're absolutely focused and you're looking directly at the treble 20. Don't look in the general area of the treble 20, because that's where your darts will go. If you look generally at the treble 20, then your darts will go generally around the treble 20. What you want to be doing is looking at right in the middle. If you've got your own board at home and you've got a black Sharpie, and obviously you're on a conventional board, so your trebles are red, a tiny little dot in the middle of the treble 20. Focus on that dot and throw your darts at that dot. Don't throw them at the treble 20, throw them at the dot. Right, so as I say, we've got the address, we've locked in, which is what I do, lock in. So you've got your nice firm solid stance. Serving hand comes up, First dart comes out and you set yourself up arms level, and we've got that lovely tick-tock throwing action. So you've not got all this stuff going around your face and throwing yourself at the board. You're standing nice and still. You fetch the dart up, you get it nice and level, you fetch it back and you release. Our first 3 darts talking, see what I scored there, 85. And that's just a just throwing at the board, nice and relaxed. That's the other thing that you've got to get into your heads. You've got to be relaxed. The more you tense up, and we've had a lot of people have had contacting me, talking to me about when I go to the pub, when I go into a competition, as soon as you shout game on, I fall to bits. And the reason for that is because you're not relaxed, you're not confident in what you're doing. What you have to do is you have to build your confidence up. Somebody asked me a question about this on YouTube the other day, and my advice to him and my advice to you is get out there and play. Get out there and play in a busy environment. My local pub, the Queen's, here in Hyde, a couple of years back, I got on well with the landlord called Wayne, and what he used to do was if there was a big crowd in, he'd give me a ring, and I'd go out and I'd play darts in amongst them. We had a coach load of rugby players in one night, and it ended up by the end of the night they had me on the shoulders jumping up and down and calling me Phil Taylor and all sorts of stuff. But it's really good, and what it does is it puts pressure on you. Because the first thing I did, I got in there, the lads weren't particularly drunk by then, so I just said to them, who's your best player? Oh, we all playing the thing in the rugby club, yeah. Simon here, he's our best one. I said, well, tell Simon, come and have a chuck with us. So anyway, I give him a set of darts, and he, what do you call it, we had a bit of a chuck between us, a good laugh. Had everybody round, got all the crowd going, shouting and bawling and what have you, and that's the way to do it. Get in amongst a situation where you play it in public. And the more you play in public, even if it's in the pub, and hopefully the dartboard will be in the games room and you'll have people playing pool and what have you, and they'll be watching you, and if you can put on an impressive performance, they'll start watching you even more, and that'll just ease you into the fact there that what of people watching you, because that's what a lot of it is when you go to a competition. I know I'm digressing a bit, which is what I always do, but when you go to a competition, the person who's putting pressure on you is you're thinking you don't know how good that guy is who stood behind you. You're throwing at the board. You've probably never met this guy before. You don't have a clue how well he plays, and his eyes are burning into the back of your head. Well, once you get used to playing other people, and once you get used to playing in public, and once you build up your confidence that you know you can bang them treble 20s in, believe me, if you go to even a local tournament, if you can open up with back-to-back 140s, you're going to crush them. If you open up with a 180, you've crushed them instantly. You just watch. It was on the last tournament, the BDO one. One of the players, I can't remember which match it was, but I even said to my missus who was sat next to me, look at that, look at his shoulders. And he'd got 3 or 4 legs behind, and his whole demeanour had just changed. Because the guy who he was playing had played, I think it was 2 or 3 fantastic legs. But bearing in mind, the BDO is done over sets. So, 2 or 3 legs, a set, just let it go, man. You've just got to keep playing your game. And hopefully, you'll win out if you've got consistency. Because I've played loads of players where I've played them, they've played the first 3 or 4 legs, top notch. Bang, bang, bang. Even 1 or 2 of them have beat me on first 2 legs, 3 legs. But then I come back because I'm consistent. I'm hitting the big scores all the time. All right, they might get a couple of good finishes, and then I come in behind them. But instead of getting 1 or 2 good finishes, I finish well on every leg. I get an arrow or 3 arrows at a finish. I finish well, and it only takes them just to dip their performance that little bit, and I'll just come trotting straight past them and over the finish line. So, right, back to what we were doing. So I'll do another couple of visits now, and you can see the way that I throw and the way that I set myself up. Right, another thing that I've put in the videos, another great thing to do when you're practicing, call your scores. I've not called my scores because obviously I'm filming myself, but normally what I do, and sometimes I find it difficult when I go to a competition to keep my mouth shut, but what I do is as I play, if I throw a 140, I call a 140 like the caller does. If I throw a 180, I call the 180 like the caller does. And it's sort of like, geez, you're up, if you know what I mean. What you need to do is you need to get the adrenaline going. If you've got a good score, if a good score for you is a 60, call it. Call it, and call it enthusiastically. Get yourself motivated, get yourself going, get yourself pumped up. Some people it works like Gary Anderson. If he gets angry, he plays better. So if you get angry and you play better, make yourself angry if you can. If you play better by feeling jolly about it and feeling relaxed about it, then do that. If G'ing yourself up makes you play better, then try and do that, because if you've got the capability, and it's all part of the mental side of the game, which is a massive part of the game, I'd say a good 50 to 60% is what goes on between here. I know so many really good dart players in the back bedroom, fantastic. I've watched them on videos and what have you. As soon as they get to a competition, they're throwing 26s and they're throwing 41s, and you think to yourself, what are you playing at? And it's all part of the mental side of the game. Another thing where I think I've done one video on the mental side of the game, but I will go on to do other videos on the mental side of the game, hopefully soon. But it's a structure, and different people are requesting different things, and you have to try and accommodate the people what they want when they want it. So there we go again. Right, this is a good thing to do this, and I'll have a bit of a break in between when you're throwing, and then just think about what you're doing. Think about your follow through. Make sure you get your follow through. A full follow through on every arrow. Every arrow. Like I say, the consistency is straight, and that will come because when you're going for your double 10, you've turned yourself a little bit and it's straight again. It's straight again. If you're going down for the double 3, lean yourself down, it's straight again. If you're going for the double top, stand up and throw for the double top. Bring yourself up and throw. You might find that you can keep, like I do, try and keep your throw consistent all the time, and you can still reach every part of the board. So you can come down, you can lean down for your double 3, same throw as you've always thrown. Double 8 if you're going for the double 8. If you find that mechanical thing works for you in one direction, say you can bang the ball all the time, then just try moving it around. Move across for the double 8. Boom, into your double 8. Move yourself down, double 16, a little bit further down, double 7. Same going upwards. You're going for the 18s, move yourself across slightly, set yourself up, double 18. You can see I'm standing up, double 18, boom. Madhouse, move across again, slightly off centre, and up to the madhouse. Oh. I was hoping I'd bang a 118 for you there, that was a 135. Right, so again, and concentrate on this one. This is another one a lad was saying his darts are going off to the side. If that's the case, take the dart out of your hand, set yourself up dead slowly, one arrow, dead straight. Same thing again, you've got to do the same thing every time. Dead straight. Same thing again, nice and slow. Every time, that drifted across just into the one. So now I knew that happened, and I know why it happened, because my arm didn't follow through straight properly. And that's it, it's all about analysing your game and then realising where you're going wrong. Oh, 140. No wire. 100. Well, it looks like that's the best I'm going to do for you today, so I'll pick this up like I normally do, just to show you that I'm not bulling. There you go. And look how my arrows lie, all virtually identical in the way that they've penetrated the board. I just slacked off on that last one there and it just dropped a quarter of an inch or so, otherwise it'd have been a 180. So right, lads and lasses, thanks for watching Darts, Hints, Tips and Advice with Dynamite Dave. Hopefully this video has been useful to one or two of you. I really enjoy making these videos and I hope you really enjoy watching them. If you do, don't forget, like, subscribe, mash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get some more subscribers in. More subscribers the better. Alright, lads and lasses, right, so like I say, thanks for watching Darts, Hints, Tips and Advice with Dynamite Dave. And the next video will be along shortly. And don't forget, toe to the hockey.